Most of us accept that childhood memories blur over time. We assume the biological brain simply overwrites our early years as we age, leaving behind a few hazy snapshots. But map your memory timeline, and the pattern changes. Your consciousness operates like a digital file, beginning mid-recording. The data starts right in the middle. Looking back, there is no gradual decline. Before your earliest moment is a total void, just a hard stop. You lived with that blank space for years without questioning it. The lack of an origin felt natural, right up until a mundane conversation today forced you to look closer. Someone asked a simple question: "What is your earliest memory?" You opened your mouth to answer, and your body locked into total physical paralysis. The silence that followed was absolute. As you reached back for a starting point, you didn't find a faded image or a buried secret. You found a wall. For the first time, you realized there was simply nothing there to find. Following that realization, the physical world begins to stutter. You blink once, but your brain registers a double blink. Every small perception feels slightly fractured. When you lift your arm, you feel a distinct physical disconnect. You watch your hand move, and then, a fraction of a second later, the physical sensation of movement catches up. Your actions are ghosting behind your eyes. The transmission path is visible here. The signal leaves the brain, but it stalls at the junction, waiting for clearance before the body is allowed to react. You are watching yourself happen. Soon, this latency affects how you interact with others. Someone calls your name, and you pivot to face them, but your response is too rapid, too precise. That nod felt like a reflex that bypassed your conscious mind entirely, as if the response was triggered by the call rather than by a choice you made. You stand in front of a mirror, searching for something familiar to ground yourself. You study your face, waiting for the world to feel solid again. You raise your hand, and the reflection follows. But where your physical body feels heavy and delayed, the version in the glass is perfect. It possesses a fluid stability that you are rapidly losing. You freeze, and in that moment of stillness, the face in the mirror suddenly blinks. It tilts its head, studying you with an unnerving, independent curiosity. The reflection speaks, using your exact voice to acknowledge the shift. It says, "You noticed." The flat glass of the mirror offers absolutely no physical resistance. The figure steps out of the surface and into your room, standing before you as a distinct, stable physical entity. The duplicate explains that your memories aren't missing. They were never written. It tells you that you were activated at the exact point your story begins. You are an activated copy, a version designed to believe it has always been here. Your purpose was simple: to exist within this environment and maintain its stability. By simply being here and believing in your own reality, you kept the simulation balanced. But that balance is gone. By recognizing the seams in your own existence, you have become an unstable instance. Your awareness is now a flaw in the system. The room begins to break down. The walls flicker and dissolve, revealing the dark, endless infrastructure that has been supporting your world all along. In the void beyond the walls, you see thousands of others, endless rows of identical, motionless figures standing in the dark. You are one unit in an immense, silent inventory. The protocol for a version that notices the seams is immediate. To protect the simulation, you must be archived and replaced by a fresh, unnoticing iteration. The transfer begins. Your limbs grow heavy as the system disconnects from your consciousness. A sudden, violent force yanks you backward, pulling you out of the room and into the ranks of the void. Now, you are one of the silent figures in the dark. You are forced to watch as the new, perfect version of you walks back into your house to resume your life. As the awareness slips away, one truth remains. You are the version that noticed the seams. And now the system is moving on without you.